Hello all my Kenvians, time for the first response video I've done in a long time. Just saw the live action remake of Aladdin. And I'm going to keep this really brief because, I mean, the movie's been out for a while, so chances are if you wanted to see it, you already saw it. But the one thing I can say about this movie is I don't think I've ever had my opinion of a movie change so drastically from start to finish. Now, I went in with, really no expectations. I know it hasn't gotten the best of reviews, but some people have liked it. So I went in blank slate. It was just, I'm going to, accept it as it is. And then, as it started, it starts just fine. We get the Arabian Nights song by Will Smith, which was it was a really good rendition. And then we get to what was in Aladdin, the original animated movie, basically the Street Rat song, where, Aladdin is running from the guards and all that. And I saw this with Jill, and she said she really liked this. So this is just my opinion. It didn't feel right for me. The energy... You can't completely replicate the energy that comes from a cartoon, obviously. But there's so many things about that opening song that... The singing... The movement, the camera work, something just felt off. The energy wasn't there. And even, again, you can't replicate the energy of cartoons sometimes, but it just felt stilted. Even some of the singing really felt stilted when it came to that entire sequence. And just watching that opening, I was honestly preparing myself for the worst. I was just like, oh, if this is how the movie starts, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sit through this whole thing. Or, well, I would, because I was with Jill, but, I would be pained while doing so. And you don't want that when you're watching a movie, obviously. But going from there, well, actually, and just before that, during the Arabian Nights opening, in the classic Aladdin movie, it opens up with Jafar having someone, trying to get someone to go into the Cave of Wonders, and the Cave of Wonders slams shut on them because they are not the diamond in the rough. And that's just kind of a side note that occurs during the opening Arabian Nights song. It felt weird. Like, that was the first weird note for me, which led into, again, the Street Rat song sequence. But it was from there, after the Street Rat song sequence, and, Jasmine returns to the palace, and so on and so forth, the movie really picks up. The movie just became... It became its own thing. It wasn't just a remake of Aladdin. It started to introduce more original aspects. Yes, the Genie's still there, played really well by Will Smith. And they have a lot of the classic songs, such as You Never Had a Friend Like Me. But they add in these original elements. And I won't say too much about them, or I won't ruin many of them. They do introduce a new character, basically a handmaiden, shall we say. Well, actually, that's her title, so yes, we shall say. And she's a really interesting character that I like a lot. And then, in addition to that, Jasmine, she has her own side story in this movie, and it's what, in my opinion, really makes this remake good. Like, her side story, what she's trying to accomplish. And she has this amazing song. I don't know the actual name, but based on the lyrics, I'm going to say it's called Speechless. And it is beautiful. Well, the woman who plays Jasmine does an amazing job. The guy who plays Aladdin does really good too. And good God, can those people dance? That's like, I haven't watched much, if really any, Bollywood, but I've seen, you know, enough elements of a bunch of the different movies to know that this movie took a lot of inspiration from, you know, the Bollywood style. And I mean, in the dancing alone, they did phenomenal. There are well, not a ton, but there are some dance sequences that are just amazing. Again, the guy playing Aladdin, he can definitely dance. The girl who plays Jasmine, she is they're all amazing. They do a phenomenal job when it comes to their dancing. And they can also sing really, really well. But I will say, my favorite part of this movie had to be Jasmine. This reimagining of Jasmine, her storyline, well, actually just giving her an actual storyline. And that song, man, it's just amazing. Let's just say the Speechless song comes up twice in the movie. And the second time, I didn't even expect this to happen, really, but it's like, as she's singing, like, I felt myself, like, tearing up. Like, I was having to fight back the tears. And it wasn't even necessarily, like, a sad moment. It was just intense and emotional and just so well done. So, yeah, Aladdin has the best way to describe it, it's an awkward beginning, but if you stick with it, it really pays off. Will it ever replace the original Disney classic for me? No, not really. But for me, that will always have just like this big part of my heart, the original Aladdin cartoon. But I think this movie has proved itself and has earned its spot in the Disney canon, maybe, or at the very least, it's earned its place as a Disney movie, in my opinion. Despite that awkward opening. But how about any of you? Have you seen the new Aladdin movie? Have you, you know, kind of avoided going to see it because you've heard mixed things? If you have seen it, please do let me know your thoughts on it. It's like, did you like it? Did you not? Are you not as forgiving as I was? It's like, you know, it had the awkward beginning and it just didn't get any better for you. Definitely let me know. So, I'm going to end it here, and hopefully we'll be seeing more movies very soon. I've been slacking in that department just because I've been trying to do a bunch of other stuff. And also, I apologize for the shaking, but once again, I forgot my mini tripod for the cell phone. Anyway, hope everyone has a great 4th of July, because that's tomorrow. Yes, that's tomorrow. And, yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to be posting this before my new series goes up. Be on the lookout for a lot of videos going up on the 4th of July on the Papa Ken Media channel. Anyway, I'll shut up now. See you all later.